the future starts with everyone being really present. Right here, right now. The future has to start with the present moment, which is what you said.
Yeah,
so,
but it's so hard if you sometimes get very carried away in your own thoughts with what's happening.
yeah, why?
I don't know.
Because
crazy.
the mind is undisciplined. And so the mind has a life of its own. And it goes off. And most of that is, I think, a part of current belief systems, because we are taught, plan for the future, do this for the future, have a mind to, and to a certain extent that is accurate. You have to know where you're going, but until you are able to stay present moment, if you live in the future, you're not going to be able to create it, because nothing happens in the future. Where does everything happen? Right now. So when you focus on what's happening right here, right now, you will be able to create the future that you can see or feel or desire somewhere within you, by feeling that energy and seeing that potential and choosing it. And then when that is right there in front of you now, you can say, well, this is what's in front of me, this is how I'm going to deal with it. And that's it. And when you are in this space, there is no room for a lack of confidence, because confidence does not leak. When you're in this space, confidence is the present moment. That's how I see it. There is no questions of what ifs. Our mind is stuck on what ifs, different permutations of what ifs. That's what the mind is stuck on. The mind does not focus on what is enough. And it's a training to stay in present moment in order to see what is here now, to deal with it and to move to the next moment, which is the next step beyond it. How does that sound to you? Simple or not?
Quite simple, but hard to kind
But
of...
why is it hard?
I don't know, because I keep on trying to be in the moment.
But you're trying, that's the problem.
Because
By trying to be in the moment, you already take yourself out of the moment by trying. And most of the time, most of us try too hard. Right or not? I don't have to be right.
You're definitely...
I'm right.
In my case, you're definitely
Yeah.
right.
So how do you be in the moment? I'm not giving you all the answers. I'm going to close my mouth until someone gives me an answer. How do you be in the moment, Rika?
Just be in the moment.
Just be. And, you know, some moments you're going to be able to be more or to more be than others. And that's just how it is. And you recognize that and you deal with that. And then when you deal with that, there is no conflict, there is no battle, because you are not separated from yourself. Your mind, the material mind, is not separated from inner mind, higher mind, whatever mind. It becomes one. It is one flow of energies from what you intuit, what you feel, what you see, what you desire or wish to be true. That then connects with what is in front of you, and then the mind becomes strategy to figure out how to get it. But that's moment by moment. You see, that's how it works, doesn't it? Is it or not? Does that make sense? So, you see, what we do, we are islands of materiality, with the material mind and the material body. All this is created by thought. First step, desire. Second step, thought. How do we do it? All right. And we are surrounded, or we are within this a field of infinite potential. Everything is possible. But where we are is that we've been taught that unless something is hard, that we have to really work hard for something, then we don't deserve it, we shouldn't have it. Do you resonate with what I'm saying? But actually, energy takes us from A to B. That's the simplest. From this moment A to this moment B, to this moment C, to this moment D. They're just moments following each other. And when you are present and you read it, your what ifs will come in, but you're so focused on what is that you don't lose the moment. And that's got to be your practice, whereas nobody's ever taught anyone to practice on that, unless they come and study this kind of work. Most of the time we are taught what we call risk assessment. You have to look at the risk, and risk assessment is valid, but most of the time we are assessing risk all the time. And assessing risk all the time takes us into the hemisphere, or the dimension of being careful. You're stuck in being careful. So you've been sideparked into being careful instead of going for it. You take a breath, you hold the breath, and you go down a blind alley of being careful. You see, so it's the ones that are willing to take risk. They follow their heart. They feel the energy and they follow their heart. Sometimes it will take you down a blind alley, but you learn from it. And sometimes you come out of the blind alley and you go down a completely different direction. No one knows until you've done it. But at the same time, you have a layer of risk. You think about it. You make a decision in the moment. How am I going to deal with the risk? A, what is the risk? And B, how am I going to deal with it? And then you move forward.